to the new year. Sorry, my video cut out, but maybe you didn't notice as much because if it cuts out again, I'll just continue. Anyway, sacred truth. So I've talked about, there's a video I did a little while ago about forgiveness, which I can now refer to as sacred forgiveness. I've definitely talked about sacred rage, sacred grief, and we are definitely in a moment of sacred truth. So what was happening for me at the end of the calendar year was an amping up. It's still happening, but at that particular time, I was sort of brought back to a different time in my life and really shown the truths, deeper layers of truth around it. Because obviously I've worked through quite a bit of that already. So I don't know if you're noticing that you're brought back to a specific time frame. Mine was quite a few years ago, so I'm guessing it could be that for others, like 10, even 15 years ago, or even 5 years, 2 years, to a substantial shift in your life where a lot happened and then you're seen and being brought back. So I've been so brought back that I started to think like I was thinking then. I'm eating like I was eating then. I even connected with the people that I was surrounded by at the time for myself, that I was brought back to heal at a deeper level. But what was required before that healing, that deeper healing happened, was that there was this sacred truth. And it came in for me as gentle nudging. I work with my guides and have a close relationship. But it was a bit different than working with my guides. It was more my high self, and it was coming in, the messages were coming in very subtle, but very gentle and very clear and loving. And that's always a good reminder that those are the ones we listen to, not the fear-based ones, the ones that sort of put us into fear and trigger us. That's not right. It was there and it was consistent and it was gentle, but it wasn't going away until I acknowledged it. And then when I kind of out loud, maybe I live alone. I talk to myself all the time. It's possible that I said it out loud, or I was honest enough to bring it to the forefront of my brain to say, wow, you know what? That actually went this way. And for me, it made me take a step back and sort of see the truth around a situation that I was kind of blaming like things that happened after it. But then I was like, actually, that all started when that happened. That's when my frequency shifted. That's when I was thrown into chaos. That's when I started to really doubt myself, and my self-worth took a hit. That's when I was vulnerable to what was to come. Anyway, that's my personal experience, and that truth shifted a lot for me. Sometimes it's hard, especially as an empath, especially when we want to believe in the good of people. Sometimes it's hard to see the truth, to say, wow, that actually happened. Wow, maybe that person didn't have the best intentions. Wow, everything shifted at that point. So I'm not sure if that's happening with you too. There's been a lot of it, because once you like acknowledge one thing, then a lot of other things will trickle out too, and it's just these little constant subtle. And I, see it to heal it, see it to feel it to heal it. So what are you being shown that you might not want to see potentially, but you can't not? Like you're being pushed to, even gently, to acknowledge it. Yeah, so that seems to be part of the ending for me anyway. And again, if it's happening to me, it's probably happening to others. Ending of the year of the snake in preparation. for the year of the horse, because if you don't know, the year of the fire horse, horses run, horses move fast, especially fire horses. And, it happens once every 60 years, the way it works out, because we go through the elements. And then with this one, it's generally predicted that things will start moving quickly. So you want to be prepared. Like for me, it's organizing my finances and my bookkeeping and my taxes and every single piece of paper ever, because we all love paper. Paper is fun to sort through. But, getting our ducks in a row, crossing our T's and dotting our I's and the good stuff. So that was definitely one thing that I wanted to share for the last, 3-4 weeks. The other one, if my tired arm will allow me to keep holding up my phone, is that what I was being shown around me and experiencing myself was, and this was before like big news events had happened. Big news events are happening all the time, but I wanted us to be prepared. So those of us who are awake, those of us who are on the spiritual journey, and you don't have to be on the spiritual journey like I'm on the spiritual journey, but you are a good person, you're here to help. Maybe you're here to shift humanity. Maybe you're here to help. Maybe you're just awake and aware. And like I say, a good human. Those of us that are on the planet at this time, I'm noticing we're being, potentially, there are experiences and situations happening around us that are kind of surreal and testing us at some level. And it's happening more and more. So I personally believe it's sort of the dark showing itself, and working through open vessels. So let's keep spiritually protected. That's so important right now. Let's not be an available vessel for the dark, for the dark to work through, basically. It's not personal. It'll find a vessel that's open and find a way. And it can be really tricky and really subtle. So anyway, just to be aware. But what I have been being shown is that these situations are so surreal when they're happening that it makes us stop and go, is this really happening? To the point where your sort of responses to trauma are being shown, right? Like, do you run, flight or fight? Do you fawn? What do you do when it's happening? So don't beat yourself up if you didn't handle it the best you could. But that's why I wanted to prepare people, so that it is our place now to step up and help. And I absolutely don't want you to get yourself into a position that will harm you. Stepping up and helping can be, it depends on the situation. If it's safe to do so, it can be like a, hey, back